I have to warn you with a special warning. The Zohar Kadosh says that when a person lives in this world, girl or guy, it doesn't really make a difference. The Yetzer Hara, his job in the world, Hashem gave him this tafkid. His job is to try to encourage you to stay away from Hashem, to give you the resistance. Like, for example, when you lift weights, if you start lifting weights, you want to become a bodybuilder. I used to be when I was younger, about 20-something years ago. And if you want to become big, you want to be muscular and everything else, you can't lift 5 pounds all the time. Why? Because if you lift 5 pounds, after a while you get used to it. The pressure is not enough. So after a while, 5 pounds is not enough. You have to put 20 pounds. After 20 pounds is not enough, you put 50 pounds. After 50 pounds is not enough, you put 100, 500, 200, whatever it is, whatever your body can handle. The more resistance, the stronger you're going to get as a result of it over time. So the Yetzer Hara, to create that resistance for Am Yisrael, for the world in general, generally speaking, he sends his different soldiers to go interfere with your life. So put a billboard on the highway of some immodest woman for you to look at on the way to Shiur Torah. Maybe think, maybe I should go see this immodest woman instead of the Shiur Torah. Or he's going to put something on your phone, some immodest advertising. Or he's going to have one of your friends that's completely against the Torah ask you to come to the bar instead of the Shiur Torah. He's going to give you resistance. But he sends different messengers for that resistance. Different messengers. But then the Zohar Kadosh says something very, very scary. He says that only once, only on a specific opportunity, does the Yetzer Hara, the Satan, the Malach HaMavet, all three of the same name, three names for the same thing, same angel, only one tafkid, only one job, only one mission, he's the only one that handles it. And what is that? That's the mission of going against people that do kiruv. Going against people that are trying to get people to do tshuva. Those people, Malach HaMavet himself fights. He himself is going to get out of his throne of glory. HaKadosh Baruch Hu has a throne of glory, and he made Yetzer Hara also a throne. Zeh keneged zeh b'ha'ay Elokim. Hashem created, in essence, an opposite to everything. So he gave him a throne, and only one specific mission. The Yetzer Hara himself gets out of the throne himself and fights. Against who? Against people that are going to help people do tshuva. Why? Because every time you live in the world without doing tshuva, that means you're creating sins. That means that you're sinning more. Every time you sin, you create more soldiers for the Yetzer Hara. You create more soldiers for the Satan to give you more and more negative influence to do even more sins, to give other people more reasons to do more sins, and so on and so forth. Which means that when you start doing tshuva, when you start keeping Shabbat, when you start putting tzitzit on, when you start eating kosher, start doing good things that HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, that means not only are you destroying these workers, these employees of the Satan, but you yourself are becoming an employee of Hashem. So you're stealing his employees and you're creating employees for Hashem. So the Yetzer Hara doesn't like it because he has to create the resistance. And that's why the Zohar Kadosh says that the Yetzer Hara himself gets up. So the Yetzer Hara is going to send all types of clever messages to confuse the public, to confuse people to thinking the opposite of the truth. So Baruch Hashem, this is a fantastic sign. This is a fantastic sign. Anytime you see that the amount of resistance is unusual, it's a good sign. If you're giving a Shiur Torah and 3 people show up, big deal. If you do a Shiur Torah and 500 people show up, also big deal. But if you start seeing that regardless of whether it's 3 people or 500 people, is a lot of Yetzer Hara, a lot of interference, a lot of all types of things that are unusual that are happening, this is a fantastic sign. The Yetzer Hara himself is telling you, sir, I don't like what you're doing. Why? You're stealing my employees.